Hi, I'm Jenny Holvey. I run a small business in Devon with my partner called Hedgewitch Holistics. We offer various holistic therapies, and I'm a meditation teacher, and I've been uploading some short meditations to YouTube. There are only a few up there at the moment. I hope to upload some more. And I also wanted to start sharing some new little short recordings with you. And I'm going to put these under the label of Hedgewitch Rambles. And they are very much my ramblings about different experiences that I've had in life as I go along, almost like little diary entries, little snippets from my diary. And you may or may not have any idea what a hedge witch is. I would describe my life as somebody who has a deep connection with nature, with Mother Earth, and that connection is honoured. I honour that connection, and I love to share the gifts that Mother Nature offers us. So it's very much living your life in a way that uses the gifts that we're being offered by nature, by Mother Earth, and then honouring those and finding ways to be thankful, to show gratitude, and have celebrations at various times of the year, like many other people. So solstice and Samhain or Halloween, various different occasions that we jump up and down and celebrate. But like I say, it's quite an individual journey and a very deeply beautiful one. So I won't go into it in too much detail. There's no real need. Something I wanted to share with you today is an experience I had when I was out walking the other day. And I'll just start by saying that I am fascinated by synchronicity and those things that pop up in our lives and just give us little messages. And I often ask for help or advice or clarity. I just put the question out there to the universe. And so, for example, if you're feeling unsure of which way to go in your life, maybe, oh, should I give up my job and get a new one? Should I start a new business? Whatever that may be, you can put that out there, put that question out there to the universe. And you can do that in different ways. You may meditate on it. You may actually go and go for a walk and just repeat the question. You may just say it out loud, and just it's not a pleading, it's not a, oh my goodness, please help me, things are so terrible in my life. It's actually a gentle ask. Have you got any advice for me? Are there any signs that you can offer me? Something, a signal, just something that you can offer that will help me to get some clarity and to be able to help myself, because a lot of this is all about helping ourselves, but being able to see the best way to do that. And the answers are out there. I strongly believe the answers are always out there. The universe and Mother Earth, we are loved, and so she will offer us the advice we need for our own highest good. But sometimes that can take a little bit of interpreting. So say, for example, you put your question out there, your wish for greater clarity for a certain issue in your life. You're trying to perhaps make a decision about something, and you put that question out there to the universe. Watch what happens over the next 2 or 3 days, and you may suddenly notice that, for example, you walking down the road and you spot a tree with beautiful red leaves. Oh, what a beautiful tree, what lovely leaves. And you go on a little bit further, and there's this piece of red cloth on the floor, just in an odd place, but a very beautiful piece of strikingly red cloth. And you think, oh yeah, that's nice. That's really pretty piece of cloth, bright red. And you may go home. You may go to your drawer take a new top out, to take a new top out, and you suddenly notice a bright red top that you haven't worn for a long time, and it suddenly seems to have wiggled its way up to the top of the drawer. You think, oh, well, I really feel like wearing that today. I really feel like wearing that red top. So you put it on and you look back over your day and you think, well, actually, I had a lot of contact with the colour red today. And I've been asking for help. So am I being offered some signs here? What could this mean? And so if you have a think about what the colour red may mean for you, for me, it would mean the first thing that may come into my mind could be my root chakra. Our chakras are energy centers within our body. They are connected to colors. So we have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. And the color red has an association with the root chakra. And the root chakra is very much about rooting down and being grounded in our lives, not getting stuck and being unable to move forwards, but not being too scattered so that we seem to be flying and expanding our energy in all directions. So it's very much about that balance, about being rooted and grounded in the present moment. So I would look at whether I needed to work with my root chakra. Is that what I need to work with at the moment? Being shown all these things that are red. And so perhaps do some tree grounding meditations and sit with your go out on the earth. Stand on the earth in bare feet, or sit outside and meditate, but focus on your root chakra and seeing that as very balanced and that you're feeling very grounded and stable. And that then might lead to greater clarity in your mind, because if we're very grounded in the present moment, then that clarity, the answer to the question, often will pop into our head. It'll become clear because our energy is less scattered. And so that's an example of how this may work. So I'll share with you my experience. The other day I've had an issue that's been going on in my working life, which has led to me becoming quite distressed and upset. I won't go into details. There's no need to bore you with all the intricacies of it, but it was causing me a lot of anguish. And I really felt as though I was being asked to compromise something that I hold really, really dear, and something that I really have a lot of faith in. I was being asked to compromise that faith, and I felt as though it was a step too far for me. I couldn't do it. And so I was becoming really worried about how I would cope in the future. Would I be able to keep my job? What would happen? And so I went for a walk, and I went for a walk up the lane near where I live towards the fields, and I was putting it out there. I've had a pretty rubbish day today. I've been getting a bit upset. Any signs, any advice? Have you got a signal for me that would just let me know or guide me as to what I need to do to just get some clarity around this issue so that I can think a little bit more clearly? And so I was repeating to myself almost like a mantra, any signs, any advice, any signs, any advice. And I was just saying this over and over and over as I walked, and as I approached the field. I started to walk down the field saying this, any advice, any signs, any advice, any signs. And I looked down, and there in front of me was a piece of broken plastic, piece of old black plastic. It had broken off of something, who knows what. But I could see what was written on it in quite large white writing, and it was the word centre. So I bent down and picked it up. There were no other words on this piece of plastic, and the word centre was just clearly written across it. And you may think, well, it's just, coincidence. So does that really matter? It's a bit of old plastic that's been discarded. But to me, it was so obviously the answer that I'd been seeking that I just burst out laughing. And I knew that I'd been offered guidance by the universe. And the advice was to centre. That the plastic to me is a pollution. That's representing the pollution in my life. That was the issue that was causing me anguish. And we know pollution now, plastic pollutes. We all try not to use it, and or to use it less. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but to me, even though I do have to sometimes buy things in plastic, and we can't seem to rid it from our lives completely, I still see it as a pollution. And so I thought, this is a plastic, this is the issue, this is the pollution in my life. And what do I need to do to help myself? I need to center. And centering is, for me, it's centering and grounding very much. What you need to do to draw your energy in, which is to stop it being so scattered out there, leading to not these sort of scattered thoughts that really don't help any situation. And so I came home and I did a centerline meditation, which is a meditation I absolutely love to do. And so you're drawing up energy from the earth with each breath and breathing it out into the universe, breathing it back in from the universe and sending it back down into the earth. All the time you're imagining a line straight down through the center of your body, and you just breathe, and as you do, you imagine the energy going up and down this line, and it actually helps to draw in all this scattered energy so that you become much more focused, much more able to deal with things in the present moment, rather than thinking so much about the future and the past. Rather than me going off down this road of, oh my goodness, I'll lose my job, oh my goodness, I won't have any money, oh my goodness, how am I going to cope? It was bringing that back into deal with things as they are now. And so I really believe that I got an answer that day. And it isn't, as I say, something that is a voice that comes out of the air saying, you need to do this, you need to do X or Y. It's a subtle answer. Or sometimes it's screamingly obvious. To me, the piece of plastic with the word center on it was very, very obvious in my mind. I knew in my heart that was the sign, that the advice I needed. But it can be something that needs a little bit more interpretation. So I can remember once that I put out a similar request, is sort of, what do I need in my life right now? I need some, just sort of signs do I need? What the sign of something that I need to bring into my life for my highest good right now? And I'd put that out to the universe. I'd asked that question, and I suddenly started seeing bears. And I live in the UK, so we don't have bears running around everywhere, but I started seeing bear images in unusual places. So I saw a bear image on a door sign, and so that was the first bear. I think it was another time I saw a picture of a bear. It was in a shop window, and then I was the most striking bear image entering my life was as I was cycling to work. On the back of a trailer going along the road was a massive resin bear. It was one of those ornamental type statues, resin statues that you might put outside a shop or in a fairground or wherever. But it was huge, and it was this huge resin bear. And I just thought, actually, yes, I'm being shown bears. What do they mean? What sort of energy do I need in my life? Actually, I need to look up the qualities of a bear and bring that into my life. Perhaps I need to focus on a bear. As a shaman would say, I need a bit of bear medicine in my life. And so, as I say, these synchronicities can be take a little bit of interpretation, or they may be actually blindingly obvious to you. But I just invite you to give it a go. Next time you've got an issue or something going on in your life and you just can't see a way forward or out of it or around it, you really think, I just need just a bit of clarity on this. Say it to the universe. Just say the words, or open up your window and speak them out loud. Just say, can you offer me any signs, any advice? Or go for a walk, or sit and meditate and just repeat sort of mantra-like to yourself. Can you help? Any signs, any advice? And see what happens. See what happens over the next 2 to 3 days or the next week. see what sort of things make their way into your life that may, if you start to look and think about them a little bit deeper, you may find that there are lots of signs out there being offered to you that can help you to come to an answer or to have a little bit more clarity. So I just invite you to do that. I hope you've enjoyed my little ramble today. I'm going to be uploading some more. There'll just be little snippets, like I say, Hedgewitch Rambles, and that's what I'll be doing. And I hope you enjoyed. So I'd like to, I'm going to finish now, but sending you lots of love and many, many blessings. And thank you for listening and watching. Goodbye.